Good, very late evening, early morning to you here on Speed Gaming. Speed Gaming. We're on regular Speed Gaming, right? Right. I'm Scoopiel. I'm joined here by Stack on the buttons tonight for a Choozo Randomizer playoff match here between SoberLyte and OK Beamer. I was fortunate enough to be matched with both of them throughout this tournament, and I can tell you, as a result, we're going to have a good match here tonight. Settings. Just went over them, but I'll put them together in my head real quick. We are, for the first game, going to have a major minor split, random boss, medium difficulty, which is I don't think any of us are real sure exactly what that entails, but probably not gonna be anything too crazy. Chat probably will chime in as things come up. Things come up better than I'll be able to articulate it, and then we'll have an early morph and a random start. So a few seconds will go by. I need to leave the room so that we can get started here. So give us about a minute and we'll get these runners going. I'm kind of a late fill-in, so not all quite there. Bear with me. As far as seeding goes, I want to say, yeah, OK Beamer is the 4th seed in this tournament, well, in this playoffs, and then SoberLyte is going to be the 36th. But again, both these runners and really all these runners are quite accomplished at the game, so sit tight, see what we run into here today. We have a start here in Eticoons at Green Bryn. An immediate morph ball and some missiles to take care of one of the doors once we get out of here. Probably going to see the reserve tank room in fairly short order. But before that, once we get up to the top of the shaft here, we're going to get some power bombs too. Also necessary to get out of here. So I guess that's what had to be here. But 4 more major items in this area, and they're going to be, again, in their typical spots. We just don't know what they're going to be, and it can include E-tanks on like full countdown. So in this 2-room area here, the only one we are really concerned about is the one at the reserve tank. Choozo statue's holding that, but we are going to pick up these miners since we are no more than 5 minutes in. It's an E-tank for this one. After some of my matches, I can tell you it's nice to know where some of these are going to be. This is the second or third time I've gotten the same Elliot comment, but Yes, he is. I'll let him know you send your regards. So with a little bit more ammo in hand here, we could see the rest of Green Bryn, or the runners may choose to go up. I'm not honestly sure which is a better choice here, but it's also part of why I'm here, so I can figure this out for tomorrow night. Full disclosure. No, I think we're going to get a vanilla start. But so, indeed, some divergence. No answers for me, but will help to liven up the show a little here. Okay, Beamer, going down, check Pink Bryn and all that entails, and SoberLyte now headed up to Criteria, and it's 5 major item checks. Take care of the Turian door now. Don't have to worry about counting ammo later, because that can happen. Vanilla E-Tank here behind Wavegate, and the Varius suit at Terminator. Nice to have that in the pocket. Bomb Teresa, one of the standard majors, typically regular bomb module, but yeah, the odds of vanilla items does go up a fair amount. But in E-Tank, yeah, I think the only thing maybe you don't take here is a reserve, just because you have to fight this thing. And in concert, I do hope Samus is saying I'll be back, seeing as it is quite the truth. Now, if we're lucky, only once. Okay, Beamer headed toward Retro Brinstar here, and with 3 tanks, side hoppers are no problem. Not even gonna worry about defeating them. Doesn't plan on going back that direction. Nothing too spectacular outside of that Varius suit SoberLyte has in hand. Just a bunch of E-tanks so far, and again, not unwelcome. We still have a lot to do. Okay, Beamer, we'll have to forego Billy Mays and being Major Minor. It's, no more than just some ammo, so that's okay. Reason being, only 1 power bomb you can get in, you cannot get out. Beamer getting most of the down taps to cross the old Zebs in a fairly efficient manner. Good to see. So just a quickie little high five for our runners here, and you're going to be heading in the opposite directions from approximately the Morph Ball pedestal and pick up what the other runner has already gotten, so we'll just chill out for a few minutes here. Okay, Beamer probably has Gauntlet Top in his mind. One major item there. Let me forego this E-Tank. No, he's going to pick it up. Okay, I was going to say 4. You're like, The SoberLyte, unlike Beamer, will have to defeat all these side hoppers to get through the door. It's one of those kill doors. And Beamer really wanted that power bomb. Maybe not headed for Gauntlet, because otherwise you just refill. Indeed not. Just headed for Terminator for the moment. Not going to worry about the one up there. Second power bomb pack there. I guess, yeah, okay, Beamer did get that. I tuned out most of green or pink Bryn there, sorry. I guess this is pretty fair now that I see what's going on. Okay, Beamer wants the Terminator and just go in and come back, and that you will need 2 power bombs for, and now can refill and think about the top of Gauntlet. I'd do it. But again, this is the Choozo Randomizer playoffs. This is going to be a round 2 matchup. Although I believe this is the first matchup for both of these runners. Game 1 here is going to be medium difficulty, no area randomization, and a random start, for which we were in the Etacoons area. And so far, a bunch of E-Tanks and a Vari is seated. And a Wade Beam. Always nice. I want to say I think I said it before too. I might not have. I'm not sure. Either way, we have random boss as well, and it's a speed booster at the top of the gauntlet. Two super missiles at the back, so it's like, okay, Beamer consistently proving me wrong, and that's okay because he's a much more accomplished runner than I. Yeah, 2 supers is a nice pickup to have when you're going this way in Major Minor for sure. There's some high jump boots at the Spacer location, so a movement item on top of Beamer's speed booster. One plays quite nicely with the other, so hopefully SoberLyte doesn't get too far before finding that. Or, I mean, okay, Beamer finding the high jump boots. SoberLyte's gonna thought maybe dip into Craig's area. We don't know whose it actually is, but Not yet, just yet. We'll give Business Center a quick check here. This is 2 majors in a vanilla run, but only 1 in a randomizer to balance between here and Rick's ship. Couple of missile packs out in front of the actual major. And that's a plasma beam, so wave plasma within 15 minutes. Very nice. Helps every room out in the game. You know, it took me this tournament to realize there were shot blocks up above on its the upper miner there. Didn't realize there was one by the E-tank location as well, so you don't get locked in here. Note made. SoberLyte not even going to check the item in the lava there in Cathedral. We have a pretty good chunk of the miners that you want. We'll run into a few more on the way through the rest of the game, no doubt. High jump, quite nice to have here in Bubble Mountain. It makes traversal to speed booster quite easy. A little bit of a long run without that speed booster that OK Beamer does have and is not here, so. SoberLyte will grab the 3rd power bomb pack, and at this point now you're pretty darn comfortable for the rest of the game. Especially the Varia suit in hand, and now gravity as well, so. I want to say high jump and 2 suits. That gives you access to every boss area, basically. SoberLyte will need either some Crystal Flash trickery or one of Ice Beam or the Speed Booster to get to Meridia's boss. You know, I'm not sure you can make it up Bubble Mountain that way without high jump, Conster, but I tend not to assume that, you know, from my position, that anything is really impossible in Super Metroid, the way I see things happen. Probably delayed jumps, maybe, if you turn your speed booster off from the middle. Can't remember if I've ever tried that or not. The screw attack here, wave beam, so offense acquired. Most certainly. Okay, Beamer finding Fantoon here. Certainly have ammo and safety enough to deal with this without breaking too much of a sweat. Even in a random boss, one thing we do not do is randomize the mini bosses. So if you want Croc, you can get Croc. And SoberLyte does indeed want some Croc. Meanwhile, okay, Beamer done with Fantoon. Handful of checks and the rest of the ship, which will now be active to get through. Never mind, I forgot it was a random boss, even though I just said it. Actually, I lost track of where OK Beamer was. Again, 2:30 a.m. Sorry about that. Anyway, Vanilla E-Tank here for SoberLyte. Although I might need some help from somebody because is the wreck ship actually on now when we do get up there because of the Fantoon being dead, or do we not do that? It will be on stack. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. SMZ3 here, so we have not random bosses, but tokens for defeating said bosses in random places, and we don't have that turning on any ships or doors like Dragons or anything like that just yet. Or, well, not now, maybe not ever, I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I don't really know how healthy or unhealthy seeds generally tend to be in Major Minor, but I'd say we're doing okay here in SoberLyte. Working on that green gate. The thing finally decides to cooperate. Sometimes you just gotta impose your will. Yeah, take a look at the super count there. That was that was good. So grapple being another E-Tank. And you want to say that's it for majors down here? Yeah, it's definitely it for majors. It says so on the screen. But SoberLyte wants that, and we'll see. I was gonna say maybe pick up the miner there, but nah. Anytime Croc's not supposed to have goods, Croc has the goods. So full countdown, SMZ3, all that. Here, looks like just some little treats. Yeah, miners is one of the three of missile supers and power bombs. E-tanks are majors in this split. E-tanks are not majors in full countdown. So, and don't worry, that's something I still have to learn to keep straight. So yeah, miners being major minor split. Yeah, that is all four of those. Or wait, did I say it right? Reserves are majors as well. Yeah, so that's 18 plus, what is it, 14 items on a tracker? I think it's like 34 in the game out of the 100. Yeah, 14 on a tracker, X-ray, grapple, plus 14, plus 4. That sounds right. So yeah, the reserve locations, the mockball room in Brinstar, the room, you know, a few squares over to the left of where Beamer is now, the left sand pit, and this is just me trying to dig up trivia in my head. I don't remember where the fourth one is, but yeah, those are major item locations that can have any of those things. Yeah, I don't know anything about the counter. I just know that E-tanks and reserve tanks are majors in the location department. I mean, shift space is the most realist item. Bestest, most realist. Yeah, for sure. Says so right on the back. So runner's pretty well evened up, even though they're in different locations, and with the exception of the speed booster, SoberLyte has yet to find, and well, I will say it'll be a pretty strong ask to go back up to criteria at this point. So here's hoping Ice Beam shows up, or Crystal Flash. Maybe that's why the extra power bombs are getting picked up by SoberLyte. I'd actually put a few bucks on that. And being just to go over, I know for a fact that Crystal Flash clips are not logical in any of the presets of this tournament, but they are legal if you can do them. So I guess considering what we know about the game, the worst that can happen is Ice Beam can be behind Ridley or something, and then you just have to do Dragon on the way up. And in standalone Super Metroid, that's not bad because you're going that way anyway. So yeah, it is Kraid Tune today. I know this for sure now. SoberLyte's going to do some damage. I'm trying to think now as far as majors in here. There's the one. Now I really got to think, because as OK Beamer finds Space Jump where Screw Attack's supposed to be, here by Golden Chorizo. How do you get behind Kraid? I might, yeah, I need to figure that out. I guess you go to wherever Kraid is and walk through the door, and that's all there is to it, but I never actually thought about that. Kraid lost in poker to Phantom. They had to guard opposite rooms for a while. Maybe opposite. Pretty nice fight there for Fantoon from SoberLyte, and we'll pick up his goodie bomb and move on. Yeah, I didn't actually pay attention to see if anybody saved before coming down here, but maybe they're to the point where you see that, Ridley would be a little bit interesting. It's doable, yeah, for sure. 25 is just, like you say there, shift and chat, no supreme picnic or anything. Yeah, that's right, that door does not open until you get Kraid and Sober realizing that, and that's okay because I will forget that every time. One of the little joys of a random boss with especially major minor split, since those types of things, I want to say, always hold majors. Yeah, Dragon has one, Kraid has one. So, yeah. Well, Mother Brain's 18,000 hit points. That's going to be 60 supers, 6 regulars or 3 regulars rather for every super you don't have or don't hit. Oh, we do find Ridley. The audio jolted me back into paying attention to both screens. Thank you. It's all good. I gotta be awake. So that being said, I apologize. I did not see what OK Beamer walked in here with, super wise, but is happy to take a few grabs to unload a couple of regulars. Not happy enough to stand in the lava though, and I don't blame him. 6 is not good, not great. Nonetheless, down goes Bony Worm, and that door opens early for some reason. Still want the goodie bomb, and we get it to find your refill. Yeah, it was handled pretty nicely by Beamer for sure. I knew me, I get a little nervous when I run out of super, especially when I'm expecting to have enough, which, here maybe you don't, but then you just start getting spammy and all of a sudden you just ran out of ammo. So really headed over to Rick's ship here. Comes up Red Tower. Too much of an ask to get over to where Speed Booster's at top of Gauntlet, and again, still okay. Pending this, and I guess this is what I was trying to think of. That last reserve tank location is speed locked. So, is there anything in there we really want? Maybe not. I mean, charge, I guess, would be the worst of it. OK Beamer is finally done with the E-tanks. And I think even, you play this a few times, you see what the Varia HUD does. Starts recoloring your squares after 7. That's how you know, well, 7's a good place to stop. Gives you stand up if you want it. Gives you good protection against anything you're really going to run into. As especially at this point with the Varia found within, what, 5 minutes, and no real worries in that department. Yeah, KJ, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get all three. I was trying to work that out here when I saw what was going on. By the way, everybody, send wishes to Vincent RTA. I'm covering for them here tonight. A little bit of a car accident, but nothing super injurious, as I've heard. So just a big pain and maybe a little pain from his end. We're not exactly sure, but coming here to let us know about it, I would tend to assume that means that things are going to be okay. So been there. It's not fun. SoberLyte almost face plants the Spazer. It's always a fun time. Beamer wants a little bit of farming. Gonna get it here, just north of Croc. Yeah, anybody in here, if they want to pick up anything after this one, by all means, feel free. I'm supposed to be working 7.5 from now. I don't sleep. Everybody knows that, but I will take a relief if you want to. If not, it's okay. It's no big deal. This is me learning a little bit about Major Minor here for tomorrow. SoberLyte finds Dragon. Okay, Beamer is taking a second here to top of Norfair. Not quite sure if there's anything to that or not. Yeah. And shout outs to KJ and Exact Science. I was flipping around here. I was opened a tab that had SpeedGaming 2 on already. I'm like, oh, there's matches. And I'm like, oh, there's 2 sets of matches. Oh, we need comps for one. So yeah, here I am. But and the way I always say it, Shift, is you can lurk, and that makes you just as valuable as the rest of us, because if you don't do that, we have no reason to be here. So thank you, and thank everybody else for doing so. Yeah, just assuming there was some area rando in that other matchup on SG2, that'll add a few minutes. This is about the extent of what I know about it. We need to push a thingy for the tracky. I'll see if I can get that sorted. Yeah, from what I recall, if there's concurrent things running, which on the main channels are, well, basically the lower the number at the end of the URL, the higher of a chance that is the case. And then unless it's done manually on setup, then you have to do it manually anyway later. So yeah, we'll get you some better links here, probably, maybe. Usually some European volunteers hang around at this point. SoberLyte, yeah, missing space jumps is going to try to get a gravity jump out of here, and might not have to do this very much, because what you want to do is hit that menu and then just wait and then jump as soon as that menu just starts to come up. So that's what's going to give you most of the momentum for the jump to carry over into water movement state. Those are I'm sure the wrong terms for all that, but it makes sense to me. Yeah, and that's another thing a lot of people, I mean, so I play Zelda, play SMR. If any racing category has a rule about not looking up stuff while during a race, I don't know it, because I mean, you take a time loss for doing it, but unfortunately that wall jump isn't going to work. But yeah, by all means, you are definitely permitted to check a guide here. And we can't tell him that, but yeah. Here's the thing: no blame, no judgment whatsoever, because I'm gonna tell you what, I've watched some of my matches back, so I know like a whole handful of obscure tricks, and then I just plain old haven't gotten to figuring out some of the basic ones. So every runner has their repertoire, their toolbox. Very few have 100% of those tools, so a lot of time, a lot of practice to master this stuff. Beamer, yeah, really frustrated at the quick kill on that one. Didn't even get close. Not for lack of trying, but you know what you're saying, Idle, actually does resonate a little with me, because there's points that okay, so little anecdote, quick. SMZ3, okay, you get a gravity suit, you can get to Meridia the back door. I guess you could do that here too, but there's other ways to get that way as well. However, you know, it's out of logic in any setup, but the faster by far way to do it is just grab jump through the moat, right? But I have definitely forgotten that and went the long way. So Batoon holding a grapple beam, which at this point, I guess it gives you Shack Tool, and there again, I don't know if Shack Tool would have anything we care about at this point. Most faster, just collect the miners if we don't find charge. And you're as close as we're gonna get, so we might see it. Yeah, you sometimes there's reading tricks and just executing the steps, and then sometimes there's actually understanding how they work. And each runner, again, you know, has different ways of keeping this stuff in their head. This is one of those ones I actually know the mechanics for, so it's just you want as much of your jump's momentum as you can without a gravity suit currently equipped. So yeah, you have to wait as long as possible. But as earlier stated in chat, the high jump boots, you don't even have to be close, but you do have to. No, you do have to understand the mechanic to get somewhere on this one. Yeah, he may well. I think at this point he would look it up if he knew he could. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, there are no hints to be provided in a race from anybody. So. Beamer's over here checking beach and water hole. We're getting a couple extra miners out of the way. I think the hopes for charge are dwindling quickly. Now, what I'm hoping for here is that, well, you can see the wall jump's not working, so he's going to quit that and go back to the grab zone. Now, what I'm hoping he sees is that, as he tries this with, well, more like, whether intentionally or unintentionally, different timings of that start menu, he's going to see that, the earlier you do it, the more of a jump you're going to get. So it may click at that point, hopefully. It's kind of doing this how you would do a spring ball jump from a wall, just because most of us don't have that many fingers. Unfortunately, it's not what we're trying to. Now, if we had spring ball, maybe he knows that one. Unfortunately, we don't. I haven't even mentioned that once today about that particular major. It's probably about the last one anybody's ever concerned with. Well, with the camera on from SoberLyte, I'm trying to look at the glasses. I'm trying to see, is the screen changing? Are we seeing Chrome come up off the capture window or something? I'm hoping. Especially, if he turns his head, it's like he's looking at a different screen or something. I'm just feel the same as the rest of us. You just hope we can get it figured out here. So here's OK Beamer, though in wreck ship, and I'll tell you what, this is just weird to watch, having to come down here with the ship already on. Don't do this much. But we have nothing but Dragon left for Beamer, and so you will take care of that. This will be an unfortunate high five, but a high five nonetheless, so worth mentioning here between our runners. Beamer gonna throw some damage out with the speed booster. And yeah, opt to finish this off with the grapple beam. Saves a little energy in a second or two, I guess, whenever you do a speed boost attack first. Shine Spark. There's a word for that, and I should know it. Of course, Beamer has about 6 different ways to get out of here, and he's going to take the easy one. It's just not available to SoberLyte, unfortunately. Even the speed booster, I want to say, even if you just hold the button, you don't even try to short charge. Definitely with high jump, maybe without, you can run fast enough to get up there, but again, that's not available to him either. So. The Beamer's G4 objectives are done. Anytime you can do that at the wreck ship, it's a nice straight shot over to Turian. So, all that being said, 55 supers, and Beamer did already clear out the back of the gauntlet. So this is it. There's going to be some sort of Zeb skip, probably with speed. You'll have to look at. SoberLyte, unfortunately, just thrown in the towel on this one. Is going to take his last save. Hate to see it, but it happens more than you think. Yeah, I got to save a wreck ship. I guess unfortunately going back isn't really going to do any good at this point, so he's going to continue on and hope to come up with literally any of those movement items. But unless it's spring, well, I guess spring ball and bombs, just regular bombs, that'd be enough. Sober knows where those majors are, if not what's at them. So wants nothing to do with sky missiles or anything like that. It's going to go bowling. I don't know, I will be honest, I've only been doing this for a couple years myself, right? And it's still just a weird concept in general that whenever you pause a game, the game is not paused. And there's like a period of time you can play the game. So the fact that there's a whole set of tricks around that doesn't surprise me, but it's not something that was ever really in my mind until I started reading them. Well, here's hoping we find something nice, one of those two items here at this major, and it's a spring ball. I can't tell from that if he's okay with that or not, but looks like figures, it'll have to do kind of thing. So I don't know if I've ever had to practice a spring ball jump out of there, but it's not easy either, just looking at the geometry of it. KJ, if you stepped out now, you SoberLyte reset. End up finding spring ball of gravity, so looks like gonna try that method here. To be honest, well, Beamer's still got some time for sure here, heading into Zeb's. Gonna go ahead and do the speed skip from the looks of it, or try. It's not easy, that one. Gave it one shot, didn't get the lock, so it's just gonna do this and I would imagine go back to refill. But yeah, SoberLyte's gonna try a spring ball jump, and I want to see it work myself. So. So he gets it in one try, and he's loving it. Yeah, you can tell. But I had it in my head as he had to do it off the wall for some reason. I guess maybe because spring ball jumps for me usually involve no gravity. Usually, unless it's in Norfair or something. So yeah, that's Trey going down here in the wreck ship. Almost seems more fitting than Fantoon, doesn't it? Because the ship's in the water. I know Meridia is too, but we can make it work for one day. And Beamer does get that refill, and it's going to start. It's got plenty of ammo to do this with. Well, actually, I guess I wouldn't say plenty. You can miss the equivalent of 9 missiles from the looks of things. I guess I keep forgetting how much that tank and MB1 takes. Shout outs to the GameCube there. That must be injected. I didn't know that was a thing. I know the Super SNES was a thing. We have one miss of a Super from OK Beamer, so magic number is now 6. Looks like it's done. Yep, indeed. So just gonna wait. And for better or worse, SoberLyte wants this major up here. Actually, to be honest, when Beamer got it, I don't remember what was in the loadout. If you had to do this wall jump thing or... But, yeah, that's speed booster. And there it is, the wall jumps. Get that screw attack back on and save yourself some bombs and a whole lot of lag. As long as you can walk forward enough to get into the spin jump mode there. And it is speed indeed for SoberLyte, and is going to go ahead and continue the back for these miners, which you know to be 10 supers. Meanwhile, Beamer on MB3 is just going to rainbow the ever-loving heck out of it, and that is it. Just got to get out of here. Vanilla escape today, so nothing too crazy, just go fast. And a diagonal spark there on the escape from OK Beamer, and I'll tell you what, when I do it, it doesn't clear the last platform. I yet to figure out how that works. But hey, there's a ship open, welcome and waiting for OK Beamer, and GG's in chat. And Beamer's going to throw in a time of 58 minutes, 42 seconds. SoberLyte sees it, knows it, and is going to, per tournament request, just going to toss in a DNF, and we'll get on to game number 2 here. But that's 1 to OK Beamer, best of 3, of course. And I don't know, honestly, if we talk to people on game 1s or not. So I guess we'll find out real soon. But if not, we'll take a quick break, probably no more than 5, 6, 7 minutes, and I'll see you back here. I think is being sub-hour. I think I'm good to work on at least the next one. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, we were checking the credits here. We want to see where Ice Beam and Charge were at least. So yeah, I'm looking. It looks like we're just gonna move on to game 2 here. So we will send it on to the next one. You're gonna get the pregame screen here right quick, but keep it locked. We'll be right back.